Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Skulk. Continuing Winds of Change. Do you remember what happened last? I kinda do. We had ourselves a dream of massive proportions of destruction and chaos, and now everyone here in the room is sad. Poor Tame and Felisa. As well as the other guy. Alright, I can look around and talk to people. What's this? It's a mess underneath the desk as well. I guess Milas has more pressing matters to his mind. It must have been relieving to tell us all that he did. I examine the table, looking at the scattered pieces of paper. Milas is deep in his studies, and I really hate to bother him. I want to read some as well, so I try to grab something and put it aside.
On Valenorth's blood leaves. Though it doesn't look like it at first glance, Valenorth is actually settled high atop the mountains of Alestia. Many believe that it is the spiritual energy that keeps our village and its surrounding areas warm. But the reach of this energy is not infinite, and it cannot affect the colder climate seen in Eastcrown. We don't venture into Eastcrown simply because our bodies would not be able to handle it. Either way, that is a separate story, and I wish to touch upon the blood leaves native to Valenorth. At the very top of the grand tree, for an unknown reason, the leaves grow a crimson red. We have no explanation for this, though some people believe that these are the tears from the departed, trying to reach our physical realm. A superstition, to say the least. Every few years, a gale of cold wind comes from Eastcrown and assaults the canopy of Valenorth. This causes many of the leaves to wilt and fall off. The wind carries these dead leaves on a journey through Alestia's skies, including the aforementioned blood leaves. The rest of the world sees the falling of the blood leaves as an omen, a portent of bad things to come. The sky being painted red with these leaves may look scary to some, but those who live in Valenorth see it as a natural event. The Elder of Valenorth.
Eastcrown is a pretty scary place. I've thought about going there, but I'm too scared. Apparently, it's cold enough to kill you in minutes.
The fall of the blood leaves is beautiful, though. I've seen it a couple of times since I was born. Not sure what other purpose Eastcrown serves.
The carpeted area is warm, next to the large fireplace. Only the most expensive homes in Valenorth have these. Everyone else, you get little campfires outside. You don't want to have a campfire inside, you'll burn the whole thing down. Scattered about the carpet are various trinkets and pipes. I guess an elder isn't mystical enough without a smoking pipe. Milas isn't using this desk, so I assume it's fair game. I push aside a few papers, looking for anything of note. A book on Selberg grabs my interest, as he brought it up. Apparently, the spirit idol there has stopped giving off energy.
Valenorth's line of seers. The seers of Valenorth have helped guide our nation to a state of constant peace. Everyone in Valenorth lives a simple and happy life under the guidance of the spirit realm. There's only one seer or seeress per generation, and their birth is marked by a surge of energy emanating from our spirit idol located in Solberg. There's a rotation of guards who watch the idol when a birth is expected to take place. As there can only be one seer or seeress at any given time, and the spans of time without them are very small, we can accurately predict when another shall be given to us. With Valenorth's small population, it is very rare for multiple births to happen on one night. However, that is not the purpose of my writing. I wish to discuss what was observed on the night of the most recent generation. Typically, the spirit idol will have a burst of light and energy before returning to a dim state. However, with the latest birth, there was no dim state. Only darkness remained when the final seer was given to us. The implications that this has on the future of both Valenorth and Alestia are too large to even fathom. We must simply take each day as it comes, knowing our dependence on the spirits will grow smaller and smaller. Now, we must come to rely on the rest of Alestia, instead of only ourselves. I will seek out potential partners in the future. The Elder of Valinor.
I had no idea that they were hiding such a secret. Valinor could run out of spiritual energy for good? The cold from Eastcrown could easily kill us off.
Orson, don't worry. It could be thousands of years before we run out. Besides, at this point, it's still conjecture.
Scary. It's a map of the known world, far on the back of the wall. We're in Valinor, with Mazo a little bit north of us. To the east of Mazo is Alaranthia, and further north is Baltius. I have a feeling we'd be going to Baltius, the Triumvirate's doorstep.
Hey, it's a ladder.
And okay. Or don't all ladders have steps? I look through all the books, but nothing seems interesting. Everything that Miles found worth in was already on the table. That and his little desk by the window facing Valinor. Must be great to live in a place with such a nice view. Oh, we have 2 other paths we can watch. I had a little bubble. Was it just that? Okay. Yep, just there. No, wait, no. I clicked that. Thought there was something more. Oh, wait, fire plug. It had a bubble. I wonder what Valinor's future truly holds.
Valinor's line of seers. The seers of Valinor have helped guide our nation to a state of
Wait, I was clicking up here, but it's still red down there. Never mind. I think I got all that. Let's talk to people, and then see the paths. And that'll probably be this episode. We're just catching up in this episode with all that's left in this room.
Hey.
What do you think about all this?
It's a little overwhelming, to be honest. I know I acted all cool, but I'm not really sure. I'm used to a simple life. Now that's all gone. As far as I know, Valinor is the last spiritual nation. If we lose our connection, what's going to happen? Will Alestia just be completely devoid of spirits? And not only that, but the Triumvirate being evil? As far as I know, they've always been benevolent. I know what we lost in Mazeo, but I've moved on. Anyway, I can process all of that later. I'm more worried about what's going to happen to us. Not Valinor or Alestia. Just you, me, and Valessa.
I don't know. We probably have to be traveling somewhere. That's usually how an adventure goes. Either that, or we're just going to try to find some secrets and some notes, or... I don't know. We'll figure it out. What do you know about the Triumvirate? Don't know the nations handle fine without spirits? No need to act cool with me. You can be open. I'm sure we'll be fine as long as we stick together.
Yeah, definitely. We're a team for a reason. There's nothing we can't handle.
Well, there can be some things, but we'll leave that for when that comes.
I'm ready whenever you are. Let's grab that blade and head to Mazeo. Whatever you need, I'll be by your side.
Good to know.
Thanks. That means a lot to me. But I wouldn't want to come off as whiny. Right now, we need to combine our strengths. A pity party seems appealing, but it'd be a waste. We can't afford to throw away the sacrifice of Mila's father.
A pity party seems appealing. Other nations handle fight without spirits.
Yeah, but not as good as us. Alestia would be better if the spirits were everywhere. Valinor is perfect, and we were truly lucky to live here. But I guess those days are coming to an end. Without spiritual energy, we'll succumb to the cold. the winds from Eastcrown will take over Valenorth. I hope there's something we can do. Maybe after this, we should come back home. If we could just get that idol to shine again.
That is true. As far from the beginning that's mentioned to us, the sword has spiritual power to it, or feeds on it. If we can find a way to release that, then we can give the spirits back to the world, back to the place. I don't know.
Nothing anymore, I'm afraid. Seems their goals have changed to conquest. With Mazeo, it made sense. But not with us. I thought they were our gods. Our protectors. I'm starting to doubt that they even cared. I mean, was this their goal all along? All 4 nations, under their thumb. If they just asked first, we could have cut a deal. But straight to violence? I don't get it.
I wish we could have resolved peacefully, or we have to fight back. No, peacefully.
Yeah, and part of me wishes we still could. I mean, the attack hasn't happened yet. But I know that's a stupid wish to have.
It's not stupid. It's just not everyone agrees the same way.
You don't beg for your life against those odds. They're coming with everything they've got. And from what you said, their power is incredible.
Are you ready? Anything we should do before we go?
I wouldn't mind taking one last look at the village. It's so weird, knowing that an attack is coming. This could be the last time we see our homes.
That is true.
How are we just supposed to accept that? I expect we'll have plenty of time to grieve, but is that something we should really have to do?
No, we don't have to do we shouldn't have to.
We don't have to look around, but I'd appreciate it. If I find something I want to take with me, I'll grab it. I'd much rather leave Valenorth behind with no regrets.
That's a way to think.
Thank you so much. I can't put my finger on it, but I know I'm not ready. One last walk through Valenorth is all I could ever ask for.
We can do that for you. Are you ready to leave?
I never thought I'd be leaving Valenorth. In fact, I came to terms with that a long time ago. But here I am, leaving it behind for good. And I'm scared. Everything I've read about the outside world is scary. Piracy, deathly cold, and even deathly heat. We had it good here. A really nice middle ground.
I would love to be someplace as a tone with nature, so nice and chill, not too hot, not too cold, because, you know, some people just love living in the cold, or at least bear it, and then some people the same thing with the heat. I can handle a bit of heat, but, you know, too much heat and cold is always uncomfortable.
This is where it gets confusing for me, though. Mazeo was supposed to be safer because of the Triumvirate. They occupied it, with force, but they've kept it peaceful. They could easily do the same thing to Valenorth, but killing everyone? And burning it to the ground? They've crossed a line that no one ever should.
Yeah. Do you think it will really be that scary? I wouldn't. I'm not going to say that. I'm sure they had secret motives with Mazo too. We might have to cross some lines as well.
Maybe Dominic will tell us more about that. I'm sure there's a lot to catch up on. This rebellion isn't exactly new. I'm willing to bet there's more at play. But with Valenorth, there's nothing secret at all. They're planning to raise our village, plain and simple. You mentioned that it might be for the Blade? That excuse would never fly for an attack this large. At least for Mazeo, they said they were fighting piracy. I'm sure they want their blade back, but yeah, that desire and this attack are two separate things. I'm sure we'll find out the truth if we keep moving forward.
Yeah. You think it'll be really that scary?
I'm sure it might be worse in my head. But with all the stuff I've read, it's still scary. I'm used to routine, so anything new is frightening. Mazeo is full of merchants, pirates, and mercenaries. Let's do our best not to make anyone mad.
Yeah.
You never know how far their influence spreads.
Mm-hmm. They should be careful not to make us mad. No. You're right. We have to behave.
Which is boring if you ask me. I'll try not to say anything witty. Pirates aren't the best with humor.
Huh.
Besides, I'm sure Dominic will be there waiting. He'll make sure we get off to the right start. We're going to Mazeo. We'll need protection.
I mean, I know it's just a movie, but I think Captain Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean kind of had lots of humor. In his own way. We're gonna have to cross some lines ourselves.
That's what worries me about all of this. They push, and we're expected to push back. What if we don't like fighting?
I don't like fighting.
That fight or die mentality is a terrible thing.
Mm-hmm.
It can drive good men to do horrible things. Please, don't let that happen to you, Seer.
Mm-mm. Not changing anytime soon.
Good. I'm glad you're putting thought into it. Don't act recklessly in the face of victory. Victory is nothing if we can't share it together.
I know. Some people grow up in this world with certain mentalities, thinking that certain ways are okay or the right thing, when what is the right thing? When is being passive the best way? When is being aggressive the right time? It's all just situational.
Hey,
Hello. What do you think about all of this?
you mean everything that Milas told us? I'm freaking out. I can hardly believe it, but the spirits would never lie to us, right? I can't believe the Triumvirate is our enemy. I know they had their reasons with Mazeo, but there's no reason to attack Valenorth. Not at all.
No. Our character kind of left out a little bit that the person that was sent killed everyone for his own amusement, not that they needed to. They just wanted the sword. Yeah. I think they wanted their sword back. What's in store for Valenor's future? I think this is a three-way thing.
Then why don't they ask for it? There's no need to attack us like this. Makes me wonder if there's more to Mazeo. They said they took it over to fight piracy. But I think they're acting in their own interest. Burning down our village? They don't care about Alestia.
They just take on the whole thing. They're probably just being very, very cautious and efficient on trying to make sure that no one is a pirate? You're right. I'm sure there's more to it.
It only makes sense, right? It must have something to do with the spirits. Tyrants can't stand when something is in their way.
What are your thoughts on the Triumvirate?
I always thought they were good rulers. Sometimes you have to make tough decisions. Mazeo shocked us all, but we've all moved on. There's also a line you're not meant to cross, though. Burning down an innocent village is way past that. No goal could justify what they plan to do with Valenorth.
What's in store for Valenor's future?
Honestly, I don't know. I usually look to you when I think about that. But without spiritual energy, things will change. We're up in mountains, and the spirits keep us warm. Without them, Valenorth would freeze and wilt away. We'd have to migrate to Mazeo, like Mila said. One thing I know is that the Triumvirate is ruined. There's no way people will side with this attack. It's only a matter of time before word starts spreading.
Some people just crave violence, though. That's the sad thing. Some people just crave the fight. So those people might actually join in just for the sake of it. They probably don't care. But that's for those that actually do. There's lots of people out there with kind hearts.
I think I need to concern myself with Alestia's future. The rebellion will probably be swarming with new recruits. We can fight back so no one else loses their home.
Yeah. We'll unite and take them down. I'm no fighter. There has to be another way.
Sometimes there isn't, you know? You can never change history from your comfort zone. If it's true about you and the blade, I'll have your back.
You know, it's actually truth, right? Even if you don't want to fight, sometimes you'll have to, just to keep the peace. But this is out of defense, not out of malicious or trying to take over or anything. This is defense. There's a difference. What do you think about the blade?
I'll decide when I see it. You and Milas made it seem really incredible. But at the end of the day, it's just a sword. I doubt it'll be the turning point of this battle. Of course, I wouldn't mind being proven wrong. What else can you tell me about it?
It's more than a blade. It just looks like one. Their lackey took down our entire village with it. It steals life to grow their army.
So, the more he killed, the more he had to serve him? And Ulrich's life powered a bunch of armored suits? That means their army could always outnumber Alestia. I'm starting to see why it might be a threat. But we won't be stealing life like that, right? We should keep it from them and limit their numbers.
No.
Good. I was starting to worry. Without that blade, their army's finite. They can't hide behind numbers like before.
That is horrible. To use someone's soul to... It's like necromancy. In video games, you know it's not really real. It's just a feature. But if it's actual lives, holy crap, that's just so dark. Like, took down our entire village with it.
So, it still works as a standard weapon. But I'm curious about the other functions it has. We'd never do this for a run-of-the-mill sword.
As I mentioned in the last one, but you're programmed to have a certain saying to go along with it. It's probably meant to read it top to bottom.
Wait, that's really confusing. It looks like a blade, but serves another purpose? Tell me more. I'd like to know what makes it special.
I did. I was supposed to do it from the top to bottom. You were so worried at the bottom when I said the top. Your lines weren't gonna travel from the last one to the first one, so I did it in the wrong order. If you didn't want it to be in the wrong order, you should have just made it one after the other. Are you ready to leave Valinor?
There's something I never thought I'd hear. Thousands of seers, and they never left Valinor. I guess we're meant to play bigger roles than we thought. But to answer your question, no, I'm not ready. Unfortunately, my opinion doesn't count for much. I'll have to come to terms with this as we move on.
Yeah. You can talk to me if you want.
No, I wouldn't want to trouble you. You have enough going on. I'd just be a bother. Thanks for the offer, though. I'll keep it in mind.
Wait. I did not... Wait, what? That couldn't have been everything.
Hey. There's something I never... But to answer your question, no, I'm not
Actually,
ready.
you see the world.
Unfortunately, my opinion doesn't count for much. Really? You seem so calm and collected. Either way, it's good to know I'm not alone. If you're ever having trouble, just talk to me.
You said you didn't want to talk to me about your things because you think you troubled me. I wouldn't ask if I didn't think I can handle it. Sure, of course, I won't know what's coming out of coming at me until it happens, but I care. This is a whole gift thing that I came across. I want to mention this. Someone I know, I wanted to give them a gift, and they said they felt weird getting a gift, so they kind of refused it unless they gave me a gift back. And it happened for two different people. So some people just feel weird for getting a gift without giving something in return. I guess they didn't feel right that or understand what the point of a gift is. If someone gives you a gift, it's because they wanted to on their own accord. Because they loved you, they care about you, they wanted to on their own reason. So if someone asks if they want to hear your story or want to be by your side and help you, you shouldn't turn away the help unless you really feel like they shouldn't, because it's a personal thing that they can't help with or something. But it shows that they care at least. Your choice is whether to take the gift or not, or to take the offer or not. In this case, inform them what's troubling you. But know that they offered because they care. Alright, almost done. We have these two backstories. Yes. Damek conversed with Grizz, the mayor of Mazo. There was much to be done before the rebellion could settle down. But first on his agenda was procuring the city's underground tunnels. A place to operate in secrecy would be essential to their continued success.
Come on, Grizz, this must be possible. Even their honor guard barely monitors the place. When they do, they're oblivious to our existence. If we don't push them, they won't push back. Although, one final push might be required. Either way, we need that deed as a rightful claim.
Damek, for the last time, it's not so simple. If the Triumvirate knew I was helping you, they'd kill me. I wouldn't be surprised if they damaged Mazeo as well.
Oh, come on, it's not that risky. We'll operate silently. They'll never know.
Everything has a paper trail, Damek. They keep track of every step I take. At the end of the day, I'm still their general. I understand that you want those tunnels, but it would be too risky. They'd find us out. I'm not gambling with my life, understand?
With them, it's a gamble, I'll give you that. But with me, I'll have you know it's a certainty. I don't think you know how much we need those tunnels.
Damek, is that a threat?
Of course not. We're too close for that. Close enough that you won't have to find out. I'm sure we can come to some sort of deal.
Mazeo is rubbed off on you. I'd expect such tactics from pirates, not you. I have to say, you'd need something big to woo me.
Damek walks up to the desk and places some papers down. He looked up at Grizz with a smile, who returned only shock.
They dig for 20 years and find nothing. I use my forces and we find it in days. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is it.
Damek, I don't believe this. This is what I've been looking for. You must tell me where it is.
A deed might sweeten the deal for me. Besides, you can report this finding to the Triumvirate. They'll be so ecstatic they won't notice anything else.
It is a big deal, and it might sate them. But they'd likely send forces here immediately. You want me to put a target on your new HQ?
Actually, their forces will be preoccupied. I have word that they're undertaking another mission. We'll have plenty of time to occupy and fortify.
I can't believe you found it, Damek. If you want the deed, you must give me exclusive access. Nobody else can touch it. I have my plans, and that's final.
Of course, I'd be more than happy to, but you might have to wait a bit longer. Tapping into it requires some special means.
Bombs.
But I promise you won't be waiting much longer. So please, if you would hand over the deed, and once they arrive, it's all yours.
Interesting. Getting tunnels. Yes. Sobi left the chambers of his masters, remaining in shock. The truth of things had been explained, and he was surprised. He knew it would take a while before he accepted these revelations.
Such a truth. And to think I never knew. This will change everything about my approach.
Master, you seem unwell. We leave tomorrow. You should get some rest. I know I'm not the one to give orders, but please.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It seems there is more to this attack than we knew. The Triumvirate just finished explaining our true objective.
Our true objective? Sophie, what is the meaning of this?
I don't think I'm able to tell you, Halen. They trusted me alone with this information. Perhaps you can visit them on your own time.
Typical. Teasing me with information and pulling rank. I want to prove myself, Sophie. I want to be at your side.
Trust me, that would be wonderful. But this is different. It changes everything. It would be better to hear it directly from them.
All right, all right. I have to say, you seem quite distressed. I'll go talk to them, but take my advice and rest.
I'm afraid there's no time for that, Halen. I'm going to speak with the prisoner. He's coming too.
Shane is coming with us? Sophie, that doesn't make any sense.
It seems a run-in with the rebels is likely. To that end, I've come up with a fitting punishment. When you're done with our masters, meet me back here.
Yes, of course. I'm ready to take action at a moment's notice. And now, something tells me we will be.
Saving. I now have a permanent save to back when. Holy crap. I still have no purity, corruption, or morale. So this is going to be a long story. Because if I have no percent at all, it means the story hasn't actually begun yet. Well, I guess we'll just see it until then. And we have 6 slots for party members, and Velisa and Fortame are not going to leave. So, unless, of course, something purposefully splits us up. It says they're permanently part of my party, so... But, you know, stories like this can always tip that, and... Well, Fortame walks off and then gets trapped under a rock slide, or travels to a certain place, or gets left behind at camp, or whatever. Things happen. But anyways, thank you guys for stopping by. And I hope you guys enjoy. And until I see you guys again, have a great day, everyone.